Cindy, that cracks me up. Cindy just sent me a message that said, hello, I'm the happiness fairy. I've sprinkled happy dust on you. And then the happiness fairy says, now smile, damn it, this stuff is expensive. It is. Okay. Hi, everybody. Oh, hey, Cindy, cool. Thank you so much for letting me know that it's working. She said, ready, set, go. I need to go shut off. Hi, Jean. How are you doing? I need to go shut off that TV because that's going to distract the heck out of me. Okay, I'll be right back. Oh my gosh. Ugh. All right. Oh, wow. We got 7 here. Wonderful. Check in. Let me know who's here, everybody. Pretty please. The house is a bit destroyed right now, which is not unusual. I've been getting ready for the Bigfoot days coming up on Saturday, trying to make some. That's a good point. Trying to make some less expensive, fun things. So I've been really working on that here the last week. Things are a little bit crazy around here, but I think they're finally starting to mellow out. So that makes me very, very happy. Hi, Pat. How are you? Pat says, hi, Stephanie, you need a controller. That's very true, Pat. I actually lost my controller sometime around last September. And even after I moved, I still didn't find it. I have no idea where my controller, for my TV is. So, yeah, Cindy, it would be fun for you to come up for sure. Cindy says, oh man, wanted to go to that, which is the Bigfoot days. Pat Nolan says, oh no, yeah, the controller's been MIA for months and months and months. I've just figured out how to use it. Jean says, great, audio picture is a little fuzzy. Well, we're doing pretty good then. If the audio is working, just remember that, the internet is what it is. If I do freeze up, I will go ahead and try to restart right away. So stick around on YouTube. I will try to get us back online as soon as I can if we completely freeze. Real quick, guys, I want to welcome Cindy as an admin for Messy Hands. I think that's still this week's news. Yay. And she is also going to be the monitor for the page today. So she is completely awesome, extremely knowledgeable about all of our products that we use. She's been in the industry for a very long time. So super excited to have Cindy on board with us. Kat and I, we needed it, man. We needed a little extra help. So really happy that Cindy is with us. Okay. Christy says hello. Hi, Christy. Carol-Ann, hi, darling. How are you doing? How are you doing? I'm so glad you're here, Cindy, and you're welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Hopefully I said hello. Oh, Patty, I think I said hello too, but I want to make sure. Carolyn Rhodes, hello from Fresno. Hi, darling. How hot is it down there today? That's always the question. I hope everybody's doing okay. Hi, Susan. How are you? We'll just say hello here for a couple more seconds, and then we'll jump in. I don't have a ton of things to announce. Like I said, I've been super busy. Oh, cool. Hey, Gay, how are you doing? Gay from New Zealand, where the sun is finally shining. They're in winter, of course, in New Zealand. So Sue and Gay and Suzanne, they're all of our New Zealand people. So cool that we're such a global community. Carolyn says, it's not bad. It's 92 in Fresno. Warm enough to cook my watercolors, though. Oh, gosh, I bet. So, yeah, what's been happening in my life? I'm not going to go into too much detail about it, but it's just been a really super stressful week. But, Oh, new comment here from Gaga Toots. Says, hello, my name's Trudy. It's my first live. Hello, Trudy. It's nice to have you here. I'm glad you're joining us. Yeah, it's been a crazy week. But we did really work through a new schedule for videos because that was one thing that had to happen. And as you guys know, I am doing Creating Your First Altered Book is going to YouTube exclusive. That should have come out on Saturday. You got that video on Wednesday this week. So your next video on Creating Your First Altered Book will come out next Saturday. And that'll be the Steampunk Girl. She's pretty cool. This is a lot of fun. And Masterclass is now Patreon exclusive. We do have to finish up Fields of Summer. I don't think I'm going to go in and do the moose. I have been thinking about it, Cindy. It was a really good suggestion. I'll look at it one more time when I sit down. I'm just kind of ready to be done with that page, honestly, and to be able to move on to Exquisite Corpse. If I feel like it really needs it, we'll go from there. We'll see what happens. All right, let me jump back over to comments. Hi, Susan. Hi, Gay. Hi, Carolyn. Jody. Hi. Or Joey. It's Joey. Hi. So cool to see you. How are you doing? Yeah, Cindy, I'm not sure what the cry face is for. Did I say something? Oh, probably just that my life was super stressful. It's been a hard week. I'm not going to lie. Not going to lie. Build a Doodle is going to be on YouTube Mondays and Wednesdays, and then the build video is going to be actually on Fridays, and that's going to be over on Patreon. So let's chat about, it's about the moose. Sydney, I'm sorry. I'm saying one thing, and then I'm just completely distracted about the last thing that I said, so I can't keep on track. Oh, Patreon, if you guys can afford to swing it, I would highly appreciate it. $10 a month or $25 a month. On the $25 a month tier, you do get to have a one-on-one conversation with me. When you join, you get a piece of small art from me. Every month, you get a piece of exclusive art. That's on both tiers. You get all of the hundreds and hundreds of images that I've provided since the beginning of the channel, all of the videos since the beginning of the channel. What else? All sorts of good stuff. So if you're able to, I'd really appreciate your support with that. And all you have to do is jump on over to patreon.com, type in Stephanie Ani or Stephanie Ani Designs. It should take you to it. Plus, underneath every single video, I do list the Patreon link. It's a little bit harder to do that here on these live videos. So, okay. Joey says, delighted to see you. Everyone's loved those doodle poppies. Thanks so much for the inspiration. You know, Joey, thank you so much for mentioning my name with that. I really want to let you know how much I appreciated you mentioning to your viewers about my channel. It was wonderful to get your support. And everybody here, write down Joey DeFees. Gosh, I hope I'm not butchering your name. I'm so horrible at names. Write down her name, and I want you to go over and subscribe to her channel also. She has a really good following, so you know, we got to help each other out here in this crazy world. That YouTube is very hard to get found, so the more that we can support each other, the better off it is, for sure. Okay, let's see. Christy says, sorry to hear your week's been stinky. Hugs. Thank you, Christy. Thank you. It's been really emotional. Hi, Tony. How are you? Less than 2 Starbucks a month, people. Cindy says, yes, guys. Truly, your support is needed. I cannot stress that enough. There's no jobs up here. I just want to let you know that there's no corporate jobs up here. So if you can help me out in any way, guys, I've been giving you 9 videos a week. I'm down to 5 videos a week. If you can support the channel, I would greatly appreciate it. I'm working my butt off for you. I love you. I want to give you great content. I cannot continue to do. Um, I have to cut back because I have nobody here to support me through this endeavor. So if you can support, if you can pledge 2 Starbucks coffees a month, I would really appreciate it. Okay. Oh, hi, Kathy. Cat says hello. Oh, Joey is cool. Okay, good. Thank you, Joey. Cat says hi, Trudy. Jean Moore says locked up. Gaga says, oh, and I understand. She says that she's having employment issues at the moment, but would like to become a Patreon when I can. I do know that some of you guys can't afford it. I do know that some of you are living on fixed incomes. I do not expect you guys to go broke supporting me, but if you are able to, I would greatly appreciate your help. Okay. Oh, Joey, I'm actually in California. I'm in Northern California, right almost on the Oregon border. Let's see, I have to go 50 miles to get to the coast of California, and then another probably 55 miles to get to the Oregon coast. So I'm kind of up in the boonies. I'm in the boonies, truly. It's beautiful, but there's no okay. Oh, thank you, Gay. Gay just subscribed now to Joey's channel. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, guys. What other announcements did I have? Let's see. Oh, please remember, guys, that we do have the t-shirts available. After this weekend, I'm going to go to the Bigfoot Days Festival and sell on Saturday. I'm going to take the t-shirts there. So whatever's left, I'm going to post on Etsy. So if you want one, private message me, or go to my paypal.me and put in $25 if you're in the United States. If you're out of the United States, I'll have to charge shipping. But if you're in the US, $25 for a t-shirt, paypal.me, Stephanie Ani Designs. Super easy, and I will get that shipped out to you right away. Okay. Oh, Kathy is subscribed to Joey's channel also. Yay. Christy says, do you have an Amazon wish list, or do you prefer monetary donations? Honestly, monetary donations are more important. What I'm trying to do, starting September 2nd, and September 1st, Sunday, I am going to try not to purchase any additional art supplies unless it's absolutely needed through the rest of the year. So it's going to be really tough, but I have a lot of great product that I have and that I use. And so I'm going to try to work through my stash a little bit. So any monetary donations, again, paypal.me. I really, really, really appreciate it. So it's going to give us some bones or some new balls. Trust me, it's feeding us. Okay. Oh, thank you, Joey. Joey says that she'll continue to tell her viewers about me, and I appreciate that. We've been really having a great time doing the Build-A-Toodle. You guys are just rocking it, doing excellent work. I love see what you're doing. It makes me very, very happy. I love that you're not comparing yourself to each other. Aren't trees super easy? It's really just kind of a stick and a teardrop shape up top. So I know that you can all do it. You just have to get over the fear of doing it, and you just have to try. So I really want you to continue to post on Messy Hands. Let me see what you've got going. It's all support and encouragement. Remember, we do not allow any jerks or nasty people on Messy Hands. They get deleted immediately. So there is no negativity over there. And please post. And, if you want any help or if you want any suggestions, ask for that specifically. Otherwise, we're just going to give you great encouragement. So, okay. Let's see. Use what you got. Yes. Absolutely. That was Susan. I'm going to be trying to really work through what I have. I've got a lot of great art supplies. And frankly, I have to stop. I don't have any choice, guys. I'm not going to go into any more detail with that, but life is really tough. I'm just going to say that. Okay. Gaga Toots says, I think everyone's doodles are fantastic. I haven't tried yet. You're scared. No being scared. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? Is your first one going to stink? Maybe. Is your second one going to stink? Maybe. Is your third one going to stink? Probably not as much. Your fourth one was probably going to be better. Your fifth one, hey, look, you might actually get the hang of it. Now, what's going to happen if you don't try? What's going to happen? If you don't try, you'll never learn how to draw. You'll never learn how to pick up a pencil for yourself because you'll always be too scared. And what's the worst you can happen there? You never achieve that. So you have to decide what's the worst that can happen. Doing something that's not precious the first time you try it, or the second time, or the third time, or never trying it at all. You're never going to get better unless you try, right? And I have every faith that you can do this. I'm making it as simple for you as possible. So pick up that pen and let's do this, okay? You can do it. Okay. Kathy says, I like that September challenge. You don't buy any new supplies, use what you got. You know, I think that's great, Kathy. That's my personal challenge, and I need to really do that for as long as I can. And Kathy says, go for it, Gaga. Yes, absolutely. There's no reason to be scared. It's just paper. Exactly. Cindy says, it's just paper. You know, it's just paper, and it's a little bit of paint, and it's some ink. What's to be scared of? Kathy says, I make a lot of stinkers. I make some stinkers too. It's not unusual, right? Gay says, come on, Gaga Toots, with nom de plume like that. I'm sure your doodles would have to be sensational. Well, Gaga says she can't draw. And let me just say that if you don't try it, all you can do is continue to say that you can't draw. If that's the mindset that you want, then, you know, that's going to be where you're stuck at forever. Or you can say, maybe I can do this. Maybe I can. Let's try this. Why wouldn't you? Do you want to forever say you can't draw? Or do you want to forever say, you know, I taught myself how to draw this week and it wasn't great, but I think next week I'm going to try some more. And then in a couple more weeks, you're able to do it. What do you want? Do you want to forever say you can't draw? Or do you want to say, you know, I'm trying something new? You know, it's like saying forever, I can't dance. And then you go out and you try to dance. I can't cook. All right. You know, unless you try it, you're never going to get any better at it. And I honestly, I get very frustrated when people say that they can't do something, because are you really trying? Are you really trying? No, you can be bad at it, but can't? That doesn't exist in my world. No. Okay. And Joey says, I was surprised to be able to do it, but it was so much fun. You know, that's why we're doing the Build a Doodle. We're doing it to give you confidence to pick up the pen, pick up the paint. You guys can see that what I'm doing is not that tough. If you cannot draw a triangle with a little stick out of the bottom and put some lines through it for a tree, then you're just refusing to try. That's all there is to it. Good, Gaga. I want you to try. I really, truly do. I want everybody to try. I don't think that you guys would be here watching my channel if you didn't actually want to learn how to do this. I didn't know that you guys wanted to learn to draw until we did the 30 times 3 project. That was when I really learned how invested you guys were in learning about color and all of those wonderful things. You know, we can go a long ways with this. There's so many things that we can build on with doodles. There's a we'll see how far we can go, but there's birds, there's animals, there's people, there's all sorts of cool things coming up. So just try. Susan says, this is fear of art, avoid at all costs. Gay says, go for it, girl. Kathy says, yay, Gaga. Carolyn says, Joey, your video on August 13 was so cool about journaling to relax and be happy. Yes, that was. I think that was the one that I saw. And it is about having enjoyment while you're doing, going to your happy place, going and being a little bit more introverted and focusing on yourself for a few moments. And I know that some of you are so busy out there that you don't have that luxury. And I think that really taking that time to invest in yourself for a few minutes is very worthwhile. Okay. Oh, yay. Gaga Tits says, I will try this weekend and post on Messy Hands. That is so cool, girl. You go for it. And I want to see it. All right. Okay. And Cindy says, drawing is just one facet of art. There are so many more. And that's very true. Very true. Everything that we do in our altered books, or even with collaging, or, we're all putting images together and we're putting techniques and things with that. So these things are very important. You don't have to be able to draw to be an artist, but I think having that little bit of comfort and I think that's a great thing, to get more comfortable with your products and to see what you can do. Okay. Pam says, hello, preparing some broccoli soup. Okay. Hi, Pam. I have learning disabilities and people always say I can't do things. Oh, all right. Well, I think you have to tell those people to shut up. And I think you have to tell your own mind to shut up sometimes. We can be our own worst enemies with that self-talk that we get. And, sometimes other people can be our worst enemies. And it's none of their business. So tell them to just, that's my nice way of telling them to poop off. Okay. And Cindy says, Gaga, you are not alone. And that's very, very true. I had an art instructor in college, let me tell you. I had an art instructor in college. This was when I was in my 2-year college. And she said to me very clearly, only 0.05% of people out there actually make it as an artist before you die. So that was definitely some of the most disheartening and negative talk that an instructor could give you. How many times did I hear throughout my life, well, you were an art major, what do you expect? Oh, well, you didn't go into business or whatever. So, since you were an art major, there's a lot of negative talk out there, and you just have to choose what you want to listen to and what you don't want to listen to. You have to go within yourself and find your passion. Okay. OM Kirtan says, I'm going to Patreon starting September 1 for sure. You're such a lovely teach. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. And I always love to see your comments. OM Kirtan. I'm sorry. It's hard to know I know some of you guys' names, and then some of you, I'm not aware of what your screen name is versus your real name. So, but I do know that OM always leaves great comments for me. Oh, and guys, if you can on YouTube, please leave as many comments as possible. I know that I asked you this last week, but if you guys could help out with that, it is important. Comments, thumbs up, adding to playlists, it does make a difference. So you can leave something short and sweet, whatever you want to say. It doesn't matter, just so that you say it, and don't be poopy. Because my life is stressful enough without people being poopy. Okay. Deborah. Hi, Deborah. She is enjoying the doodles. The doodles are a lot of fun. Um, okay, let's see. I have. Oh. OM says, I think is what she's saying, that she was a child with an art teacher that made me throw away artwork that wasn't to her specifications, kept her from doing art for 50 years. It's time to take that negative voice out of your head. That was 50 years ago. You don't need to keep listening to that talk. There are people that damage us in our life, and we can either choose to continue to let them damage us, or we can set a new path. And that has to be a conscious decision. You have to decide to set a different path than that voice that's telling you from 50 years ago. That's a long time to hold on to that negativity and pain, right? People are dumb. People are cruel. And that was her way of getting her little power trip. And don't allow her to continue to have that power trip over you, because that's what you're doing by not picking up a pencil or not picking up. You're allowing people to control you who don't even know you exist. You just have to take your own steps with that. Okay. Oh, Susan, hello, Susan. You're so fantastic that I upgraded my Patreon to the $25 tier. Thank you. Keep up the good work. Susan, thank you so very much for that. I saw your messages this morning. Like I said, my universe has been really topsy-turvy, and a lot of indecision happening this week. I think I've got things figured out and settled down. But I did want to respond to you. I'm sorry that I haven't, and I loved your message for sure. And thank you so much for upgrading your pledge. Oh, I really appreciate it. Let's see. Susan says, I believe in supporting artists. I really do, because I know how much time it takes to do the videos. Well, let me tell you, Susan, since August 1st, I have been working about 90 hours a week, 80 to 90 hours a week, doing 9 videos a week. So I've put my heart and soul into it. Just trying to grow the channel, just trying to grow Patreon, just trying to make a living, honestly. Anyways, okay. Sorry. And thank you, Susan, for your support, because it is a lot of work. Hi, Sue Pullen. How are you doing? Hello from England. Hello, England. Hi, Sue. England. Love England. Gotta go. Goodbye, Gay. Have a great day. Jean says, I find I'm putting a lot of negative stuff under my mixed media pieces. It has helped me a lot. That is definitely one way to do it. Oh, I didn't realize I had both of these going. Let me shut this. Okay. Yeah, I mean, definitely there is a thing to writing it out and then making something over the top of it. You do what works for you. Absolutely. Oh, I'm good now, and you're part of that. Thank you. I'm glad. I want to inspire all of you to try. All I'm asking you is to try. Okay. Carolyn says, I had a professor at university. We were doing still life, and he wanted us to do a specific style or way of looking at it. He came over to me and says, that's not what I'm asking for, but that's how you see it. So continue on. Now, that is a progressive instructor, and that's what we hope for. I had one guy at Columbus College of Art and Design, and this guy, oh my God. I've had a lot of really tough art teachers, but this guy worked with really light pencils, and he didn't want you to make any heavy marks. And you guys know that I'm kind of a loose, fast painter drawer until I get to the point where I need to do my fine detail. Well, he wanted you to just start out with that fine detail. And if you made even a heavier mark, then it wasn't acceptable to a standard. I got a C in that class, and I graduated cum laude. That was the only C I got at CCAD. And it was that jerk, And in Carolyn, having an instructor who was open to different styles, that's the best. That's the absolute best. I had some fabulous teachers too, don't get me wrong, but man, I had some poopers. All right, let's see. Okay. All right. Let's chat about, let's see. We had some questions. One that I just saw was a new person who joined Messy Hand asking about royalty-free images. And the royalty-free images you can find all over the place. You do have to look a little bit harder for them. Realize that pretty much any photograph pre-1927, I think is the year. Any photograph pre-1927 should be copyright free. And then artwork where the artist has been dead, I think, for 70 to 90 years, something like that. Of course, I shouldn't probably say that because there are some pieces of art that are definitely copyright protected when you go into museums or things like that. My suggestion for copyright is, of course, not to use current artwork from people in art magazines, because I think that is blatantly copying their artwork and it's infringing on their rights. I also keep a lookout on museum websites, and then when I come across anything, I post it to Messy Hands for royalty-free images. So there's a lot of those images out there. Okay. All right. All right, let's look here. And yes, we are ready for questions. So I am going to find my questions here. Okay. All right. Diane Richards. Hello, Diane. I don't think you're here today, but hello, darling. If you are, I'm sorry that I didn't remember because I'm in my brain. Diane says, I'm not sure of the difference between hacking the masters and masterclass. Did someone get offended at the word hacking, that it's not being used anymore? Thanks. No, nobody got offended at it at all. What happened was hacking the masters was more the paintings or the mixed media type things. And masterclass, okay. Hacking the Masters was not necessarily an altered book. Masterclass is the altered book. So I was still taking influences from outside artists in Masterclass. It's just Hacking the Masters was mixed media. So nobody was offended by it, unfortunately, or fortunately, thankfully. But Masterclass was just a way to label kind of the elevated altered book that's going to take us a little bit longer to make, but that's going to be amazing at the end. So I just wanted something to differentiate between creating your first altered book and the masterclass, the more advanced altered book. And I think that answers it enough, hopefully. Okay, let's see. Christy says, I'm a perfectionist, probably borderline OCD, therefore struggling with the doodle lessons suggestions. Christy, I'm a perfectionist also. What you need to do is look at the doodles as doodles. They are not perfect pieces of art. You need to do them fast. You need to not overthink. You just need to play. This is the one time that I am recommending you just play and have a good time. I always want you to feel like you're having a good time and that you're enjoying yourself. I have a hard time loosening up, but don't look at it too much. You just do it and you move on to the next one. Don't think about it. Don't think about how, I could do this or I could do that, or this person's so much better and I could make mine look more like. Just do it and go. Don't you? It's a practice in just sketching and just letting it be. Okay. Does that answer your question, Christy? Hopefully. Sue asks, in video 4, Fred and Gertie's house, about 4 minutes in, you lay out a palette of different colors. Can you talk about the colors you've used and the combos for each landscape feature, scumbling, and shading? That's a huge question, Sue. That's a really big question. As far as the palette that I use, really check out the listing of colors that I have for the Liquitex paint. And for the most part, those are the colors that I use. As far as how do I lay out the palette of different colors, that's going to be what makes sense to you. I generally go from blues to greens to yellows to reds. And the reason why is it just kind of makes sense to me to go blue, green, yellow, oranges, then reds. You have to do what makes sense to you. And then as far as colors go, I like to have 3 or 4 blues because we know how much a difference the blues make. They're very, one blue will make one violet and the other blue will make a different violet. So Prussian, ultramarine, cobalt, and cerulean blues are usually the blues that I use. Sap green, Prussian, not Prussian, phthalo green. So you want cool tones and warm tones in each. So phthalo green is a cool tone, sap green is a warm tone. And when you mix those with other colors, it's all about knowing the temperature of your paint and how those things all work together. Sue, I know you take a lot of notes, and that when you were watching the 30 times 3, you were taking notes. Just watch the color theory videos. Look at the handout that I gave you on Patreon that shows, what creates depth in a painting as far as scumbling or different types of brush strokes. It depends on what layer of paint you are on and what you're painting. So to give you a generic is really tough. I generally try to do some sort of gradient color in the back, and then I come over the top and I do more detail work. So that's where more of the scumbling comes in. It just is a process. Okay, and Christy says, thank you, I will try. Which I think, Carolyn says, which I think is cool, the advanced altered book. The circus book was definitely advanced, of course, as was my second altered book. That one was pretty advanced. I wanted to do more of the teaching style for an advanced book where we really put our heart into it and take our time. This is not instant gratification art. Probably the build videos, the build-a-doodles, the builds. Those are probably the closest to having something that's more of an instant gratification feel to it. Let's see. Bonnie. Hi, Bonnie. Bonnie says, I'm enjoying the doodle lessons very much. It's nice to just get into the habit of doing some art on a regular basis again and not worry about creating a masterpiece. And that's exactly it. It's not worrying about the masterpiece. Carol Ann says, each page you do adds to everyone's toolbox and it's not the same old technique. Well, thank you, Carol Ann. That is my goal. I do not want to show you the same thing over and over and over. I think that's boring. And I think that it shows a lack of creativity and a lack of knowledge, or, if you're doing the same technique. So I might as well just post 5 videos if I'm going to do the same technique over and over. That's just kind of how I feel about that. I also want to always be pushing the boundaries and making something new and interesting and exciting. Okay. Kathy says, I take a picture of stuff I've done, look at it later, and sometimes I like it more and sometimes not. That's very true, Kathy. There's stuff I like and there's stuff I don't like as much, And Cindy says, exactly, Carol Ann. Well, thank you, guys. Yeah, I do not want to be doing the same techniques over and over. And that's hard. It's hard to keep giving you guys new techniques. But it's cool and it's working out. So, I just push myself. And then I also luckily have Kat and now Cindy, and then we can bounce ideas off of each other and see what else we can come up that's new and interesting and exciting. Cindy suggests to keep a folder of your unloved rejects. I think that's a great idea. And part about that too is don't think that your artwork is so precious too. You're going to have failures, but maybe you can use a corner out of it, and maybe you can use pieces of parts of it in something else. Not every piece is a masterpiece. God knows you guys don't see some of my artwork. Okay. And then Cindy says, oh, with the folder of your unloved rejects, pull it out from time to time and look again. You had to mention the circus book. Oh, I know, Caroline. I want to get it done. But when I'm doing 9 videos a week on something else, or even 5 videos a week, it's tough. I hope to get back to the circus book. It's almost done. I think I have 2 pages left, and I need to finish up the cover. Someday. I'll get to it. Okay. Let's look here. Jean asks, I don't have any sprays, but I have a lot of oxides. Will a transfer work on them, or will it move the color too much? What do you recommend for the fixture? For a fixative? So, there's definitely always the spray, the Krylon spray, not spray fix. That's not going to do it. Spray. There's a spray varnish that you can use over if you don't want that to move at all. I always love to use a very light thing of Mod Podge over the oxides. Oh gosh, that is one product I would love to have. I'd love to have a set of the spray oxides. Ugh, it's gonna wait. Anyways, you can use a light brushing of Mod Podge. It does change the consistency and the color. Will a transfer work over the top of that? I don't know. I have a feeling it wouldn't. Like the gesso. Oh, put a layer of gesso over the top of it, and then put the gesso on the backside of your transfer. That would work. Although the gesso might try it on a side piece, test it, see what happens, and see what works the best. Cindy, thank you, Cindy, so much. She says clear satin spray jetliner. So that's cool. So if you want the oxides to stay looking exactly like they look, use clear satin spray jetliner. If you want to give it a little bit different look, there are some different techniques that you could do. Dorothy says, hi, Dorothy, how are you? Dorothy says, hi, Stephanie, I just found your channel. I'm recently bereaved and just retired, and art has never been a strong area for me. I always told at school I was hopeless. You're so inspiring. Thank you. I am very sorry for your loss, Dorothy. Um, and retiring does give you some free time, and sometimes that gives you too much time to think, and I understand that. So definitely just keep trying to focus your energy into something new. And I think art is a very safe way to do that. I lost my father years and years ago, and it's it's hard, very hard. Just keep plugging along. You know, that's all you can do every day. Just keep going. Um, and thank you. I try to be inspiring. I want all of you to reach your own goals. If I can be there to help you with that, then I'm happy to be here for you. Oh, Krylon. Cindy says the Krylon Clear Spratin Spray. Kathy is Cat. She says, hi, Dorothy. Thank you, Dorothy. Yeah, I know how hard it is. Oh, Cindy says, stupid autocorrect. I know. Siri, you're such a pain in the butt. Um, all right. Jean says, great. Thank you. Okay, good. I'm glad that I answered your question. Carol Ann says, Dorothy, art heals. I'm a widow. And enjoy the art and allow the emotions to pour out, which is hard to do because I know that there's times where I'm working on something and it just, that emotion, that energy that you have inside, but try to channel it. If something goes dark, let it go dark. If something goes light, let it go light. Um, feel the energy around you and allow that to be a part of your narrative of what's happening on your paper. Yeah, so try to look at that in a positive manner, which is difficult. I get it. I'm not trying to preach to you at all. I know how difficult loss is. Okay. Dorothy says, thank you, everyone. Thinking of you. Christy says, I'm trying to find all the previous uploads that go with the $25 Patreon membership. I can only access whatever we are currently working on. Christy, I thought I went through and fixed all of that. I had to go through each and every single upload from the beginning of Patreon and add the $25 tier to everything. So you should have access to all of the posts. If there are any posts that you can't get into, definitely let me know and I will go back in and edit it. But I went through like the 300 posts that are on there, and I thought that I was added all of the $25 tiers to everything. You have to do it individually. It's crazy. There are not exclusive in Patreon. The $10 tier and the $25 tier get the exact same content. So Christy says, okay, I will try again. Yeah, I did that when Sue joined up. I know Sue was the one who told me about that. Oh, gosh. I hope that you're able to get into everything else. Oh, how frustrating. I'm sorry if you can't get into it. I really, truly am. Let me know. I'll go back through and try to fix everything again. All right, let's look at the next one. Now, I think that I answered that one from Cindy last week. She was talking about liquid watercolors, how they're dark they are. They are more pigmented, so you do have to use more water. And then she asked on hot or cold press and when to use. A hot press is smooth. We iron it out, and cold press is rough. So with the hot press, that's how you remember whether it's hot press or cold press, is the hot has been. That's how I visually remember it. With a smoother, it's better for a lot of different mediums. The more texture that a paper has, the more other mediums are not going to work as well with it. So that's just that. Okay. All right. Oh, Susan says having the stuff under the $25 tier also. So you guys should all be able to get into every single post that the $10 tier has. That is a really strange. I'll go back through and look. You guys should have access to every single post. So there's not anything that is exclusive to the $25 tier. You should be able to see all of everything that's listed on Patreon, whether no matter what tier you're in, will have a title to it. And whether you can open it or not is whether you have access to it. Okay. Cindy says mine is fine, can access all. Okay. So yeah, there's not anything different from the $10 to the $25 tier. The only thing that's different is the conversation that we have, and then that first month. So that was the only thing that was different. Okay, Pam says hers is fine also. All right. There is not any additional stuff under the $25 tier. If you can see the post and open the post, then you have access to it. All right. They have to look carefully. Oh, Cindy says you have to look carefully for the attachment icon. You guys have to realize I don't see what you see on Patreon, but look for the attachment icon. Oh, yeah. Hi, Sharon. How are you? Sharon says, oh, yay, I made the live. So sorry I'm late. Hello, darling. Okay. And I think that we answered Doreen's last week also. She was the one that was introverted about her art. And, like we said last week, if you would like to earn a little bit of income from your art, it's a good way to start off is to just start doing trades. If you have enough artwork where you feel like you can start to sell it, then just start selling it. Find some small little things or open a Facebook page and a photo album and see if you can get your friends to buy it off of Facebook. Anyways, okay. Yes, find those attachment icons, Susan. Yep. Okay. Let's see. Susan says, my altered book is starting to show signs of outgrowing its cover. I put fabric on the seams of my last 2 double pages. Is there a video which specifically deals with this? Should I remove the rest of the pages and start a new book? Well, without really... let's see. Yeah. So I kind of want us to start to get into the practice of reinforcing those layouts before we even start. Now that I've done enough of these books, I've really come to realize that they need reinforcement. We're most likely going to have to start to learn how to do spine expansions. So let me grab 2 books real quick. Well, all right. Oh, if I can get around here. Okay. So, I just stepped on Troopy. So, we can expand our spines as much as we need to. We do not have to be limited. This is the circus book, guys. And this thing is massive. You are not limited by the size of the books. We can make it as big as we need to do. In the circus book, I think I've done 3 operations for expanding this particular book. So if you go into the circus book playlist, I don't even remember which layout I did it on. I think it was on one of the live feeds. But you can see how we did this. So on Masterclass, I just reinforced this spine. I am going through every single one of these. Oh, this book is so huge. And I'm just reinforcing with fabric right off the bat. This book will fall apart if you do not do that. It's so big, it's so heavy, it's so bulky. Reinforce every single layout, every single page, and you will have to reinforce this spine. This is most likely going to get cut and re-expanded once again. I've done it enough times to where I feel pretty confident about doing it. So watch, I think it was the Exquisite Corpse part 1 where I repaired the spine on this. Now, should you finish up the book, goodness, that only you can decide that. So, a good way to do that at the end, here are, this is a 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch of paper. I don't know if you guys have really ever seen this. It's in all of our playlists, but 1/2 inch to 1/4 inch there. And if you can just glue some of the last pages together, go for it. I would always suggest to reinforce your seams. But this is the treasure box. Okay, let's see. Jean says, don't forget to like the video, peeps. Yes, don't forget to like the videos. And you guys too, I think there is a little money button down there at the bottom. And if you want to donate something to me, I think you can hit that little money button and you can donate money to me, and that'd be cool too. Let's see. Sharon says, you've inspired to play with my altered book again. It's been months, almost a year since I've played. I didn't realize how long it had been until I got it out again. It happens. Life happens. Life's not easy for any of us, no matter what situation we're in. And, creativity, I think, is one of the first things that goes when we're super stressed. And forcing yourself to keep in the habit of art is really a positive thing. Oh, Christy, thank you so much, darling. Christy just donated $5. You are so awesome, dear. Thank you so much. Let's see. Cindy says, thank you, Jean. Yes. Let's see. Kathy says hi to Sharon. Sharon says hello. Oh, thank you, Cat. How do I make a donation through my Patreon account? So I don't think that you can make an additional donation through Patreon, Tony. I think you can either pledge more. That is an option, and then that would be like a monthly thing. If you would like to donate, you can always do the paypal.me, or Christy just hit the little money button that's down there in the comments. The little $sign that is also a pledge button. So, it's called Super Chat on here. And I think through Patreon, I don't think that they do an additional donation, or they don't do just a donation. You can do an additional pledge. Not positive on that, but I think that's how it works. Tony says, you're frozen. Am I still frozen? Hello? Frozen 2. Oh, goodness. How long have I been? Frozen 2. Let's see. Oh, Tony's back. Okay. Am I back, everybody? Christy, yes, I did get your donation. Thank you so very much. I wonder how long I've been talking. Goodbye, Pam. Susan says Stephanie also has an Etsy shop, and I was able to buy her napkin packs today and get an ephemera pack as well. Yippee, I can't wait to get. Thank you so much, Susan, for your support. You are awesome. Okay, so Jean had to refresh, and Kathy says not frozen for me. Deb says it's fine. Okay, fine there. All right, Christy says she refreshed and not frozen anymore. Okay, perfect. Yay, the money key works. It does work. Thank you, Christy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, I think we've got one or two more questions here. Let's see. Altered Book is feeling the pain. Still struggling with doors and hinges, but you can see the center's already starting to separate. I'm going to add a fabric seam. Yes, let's just start doing that, guys. You know, if you're just doing simple layouts where all you're doing is gluing stuff, to worry about reinforcing it. We don't really do things that are that simple. We like to mix it up a bit. We like to make sure that we have interesting things on each page. So let's just get in the habit of reinforcing our seams. Okay. Cindy says, yes, please refresh if you're frozen. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Valia. Hopefully I said that right again. Valia asks, if you had a great connection, would you consider doing regular live streaming on your work on projects as part of your YouTube offering? How do you feel about having an audience in real time as you work? Well, that's a good question. I would like to have the company while I create, for sure. However, I think sometimes that the live streams can get a little bit drawn out and are not very exciting. So, I have done it in the past. I have no problem doing it while I'm working. Oh, Tony, thank you so much. Oh, Tony just donated $20. Thank you, Tony. You are. Thank you. Thank you, dear. What was I even talking about? It's totally gone from my brain. Let me look at the question again. Sorry. Yes, I would. It would be great to have you guys working along with me. I think that would be a blast. Or having you chat while I'm working. That would be wonderful. My connection, I don't think really would like that. So, kind of poopy. Yes. Kathy says, wow, Tony, awesome. Yes. Donation to the top of the page as a top chat. Yes. Thank you so very much. Okay. Let's see. Did I get everybody's questions? I think I got everybody's questions. Royalty-free image. We talked about the new schedule. We have t-shirts. If you would like a t-shirt and you're in the United States, it's $25. Just send it to me through paypal.me or on Facebook Messenger. That works also. I am going to be selling those at Bigfoot Days. So until that's done, I don't want to post the sizes. I only have two 2XLs left. So if you are interested, please get in on that. All right. Does anybody have any other comments or questions for me? Anything that you'd like to talk about? We'll give you a couple seconds here. We've been at this an hour, so we're about ready to sign off. Anything, my dear, amazing artists? You guys make my world, you know? You really do. Oz. Ozzy's sleeping, but we'll get him up. Come here. Come here. Oh, it's a big stretch. It's a big stretch. Hi, buddy. Hi, buddy. Oh, thank you, Jane. Let's see. Thank you for all you do. You're a great teacher. Give Oz a hug. Come here, Ozzy. Come on up here. Come here. Come here, buddy. I want to see you. Oh, he was quite asleep. They're all saying hi to you, buddy. We're gonna go see Dylan and Tank and Gracie. Yes, your buddies just came up. Yes, they did. Oh, big yawns. Oh, goodness. Well, thank you everybody for being here and for your donations, extra hugs, and thank you, Cindy. Yes, thank you so much for your support, and be sure to comment, like, subscribe, add to playlists, share on your social media. Anything we can do to get the word out would be really great, and I always appreciate it. Oz is camera shy today. Yes, he's just sleeping. He was total pooper earlier. Not unusual. Um, he, oh, hey guys, Ozzy's birthday is September 16th. September 16th, he will be 1 years old. And he loves things like, do not get him rawhides, but if you would like to, you could get him the Chuck It rubber balls, not the ones that have, not like the tennis balls that have the fabric. They have to be the rubber ones because we have a lot of sand. Or he needs another one of the big Chuck It large balls because he went through and ate his other one. He loves stuffed animals. He'll pull out the stuffing really quickly. The bully sticks or the yak sticks. If anybody wants to get Oz a birthday present, you know my address is the P.O. Box 986 Willow Creek, California 95573. But if you decide that you want to get Oz a birthday present, I'm sure through Amazon, he would love it. He's so funny. He likes pig ears, but pig ears were on a big recall. So if you're giving your dog pig ears, they can give humans salmonella. That's fun, isn't it? Okay. Carolyn says, thank you, Steph. Hang in there, girl. Love you lots. I love you too, Carolyn. Thank you so much for your support. Cindy, right after me, Virgos rock. Oh, Cindy, your birthday's coming up. How awesome. Yes, Virgos do rock. My sister is also a Virgo. I love Virgos. They go very along. They work well with Tauruses for sure. Good balancing. Okay, guys. I hope you have a great day. And let's wrap this up and say goodbye. Love you guys. And we'll chat soon. I promise. Keep an eye out Friday Patreons. You're getting your Build a Doodle video. And then YouTube will get your next Creating Your First Altered Book next Saturday. Not this Saturday, but the Saturday after. Patreons will get a video on Sunday for Masterclass. Hopefully we finish up Fields of Summer. Okay, guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Love you guys. Love you. Goodbye, Christy. Goodbye, Dorothy. Goodbye, Cindy. Goodbye, Gaga. Goodbye, Kathy. Goodbye, Tony. All right. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye. If I can find the end button.